Okay, step 1. Get this fucking mouse over to the other side. Hit the button. Great. Backspace. Now can I hit enter? Good! I didn't kill it. Third time's the charm. Sync test the synconing. Box art for your consideration, part 6. Super Dickory. Box art for your consideration, part 6. Superman is history's greatest monster. Superman, part 6. Consideration, Action Comics number 1. Starring Nicolas Cage. I feel I do get funnier when I get angry. So I'm like, fucking work, damn it.
Exactly.
Okay. You know, we might just keep that in. No, who cares?
Yay.
Box art for your consideration 6, featuring technical difficulties. The first image we ever see of Superman is him just fucking destroying a car. And what's more, he's out in like some desert. And there's this tire floating around.
I'm guessing it's somewhere in Arizona.
Why would Superman be in Arizona?
You said it's a desert. That's the first thing that went to mind.
He flew out to that desert that Goku and Vegeta fight in. So that he could destroy this car. And that guy's losing his mind. No! Back up!
Now it's not the time for Kamen Rider.
This guy looks like how I feel right now. He's like, what is going on?
Yes.
This is the Superman that J. Jonah Jameson thinks Spider-Man is destroying parts. And I keep looking over at this wheel, and I'm very confused, because it's supposed to be this wheel over here. So, like, did it fall off before Superman smashed the car into the rock, and then it bounced around the rock and came back around?
Probably.
Because motion's implying it's going that way. It's very confusing.
Screw the laws of physics.
I mean, that is Superman's raison d'etre, so... What's physics? Fuck you. I'm Superman. Okay. Got anything else to say about this?
That's it.
Okay, you found this. Explain.
So I was watching a video about Kamen Rider in America, and for some reason, this band called Power Man 5000, like on multiple album covers, this isn't a first time thing, has Kamen Rider on it. And like, this is before they got signed on to DreamWorks, so they could just get away with anything since they were an indie band back then.
No, I'm just like laughing that it's like, we don't care about copyright enough to just put fucking Kamen Rider on there, but we put our initials over the Chevy logo because apparently Chevy's gonna sue us for putting a Camaro here.
Unless there are two evils, a Camaro or Ultraman. I mean, not Ultraman, Kamen Rider.
I mean, Kamen Rider would just defeat a car. See, he would just dive kick through the front windshield like Chuck Norris did in that one episode of Walker, Texas Ranger.
Okay.
I need to show you that clip.
Yes.
There's this clip of Walker, Texas Ranger where he just drop kicks through a car's windshield. And I don't want to know the context. Because the context is Chuck Norris, the Kamen Rider of America.
I mean,
he did fight Sega de Sanshiro, who is Kamen Rider.
But Kamen Rider's a Sentai. I mean, Sega de Sanshiro is a Sentai. Get it right.
Is he?
Yes! Did you forget about Vince Man?
That's what I was talking about.
So speaking of Super Sentai, I've been watching Live Man, and probably by this video's posting, I'm probably on to Car Ranger. Or was it Turbo Ranger? I don't remember. It's one of the Cars-based ones.
Toku is weird, and I just want out of context clips. I don't want to bother watching it.
Unlike me, I don't want to bother watching it.
This is what happens when World's Cup.
Yes.
There, I had to sneak the one thing I know about Powerman 5000. Why did we put this? Oh, I know why. It's because Trollolo right here. I just like the idea of like the beat 'em ups, like Hagar equivalent, just being the fucking Trollolo guy.
You mad?
This is also like the more I look at it, the worse it gets. So we haven't like done anything with this for like 2 months. So I forget what we did. So I'm like, this doesn't seem that unusual, like some of the art is sketchy, and then I see this fucking Dolph Lundgren is Mike Hagar, and then generic ninjas. What is going on with this super castle?
It's Japan. You don't question
that
it.
castle is like 3,000 feet tall because it is and like even if you think that there's like a mountain in the background it's resting on, it's still like it shouldn't be visible like that. I mean, of course, all the perspective is wrong because if you look at these guys are like the size of kaiju. It's like, yeah, maybe they're supposed to be close to the camera. The answer is we just wanted a cool action group shot.
Yes.
And as weird as the perspective is, now that I look at it, the composition's actually good because it all directs down to the title. But they should have picked a different color for Ninja there.
Yeah, preferably black.
I mean, it's kind of hard because it's trying to match blue and red and it's kind of dark. At least the logo's kind of bouncing under it. His fist looks so weird. I don't know.
Mega fist.
Well, like his wrist is like really tiny, but then his fist like looks a little too big.
Huge.
Wait a minute. Oh, hold up. 1, 2, 3. I thought he had 5 knuckles for a second.
Is that not normal?
4 knuckles. Look at this fist as it hits you in the face.
What about if someone has 6 fingers?
I don't know. I don't think about Honey Boo Boo eating Cheetos.
What?
You've never seen that?
No.
It's like, I got 6 fingers so I can eat Cheetos better.
What the
And
fuck?
Sophie's like, get reality television out of this universe. That's so cursed.
What the fuck, Top Gear?
You know what I think is like extra weird about this teeth thing? Is normally when someone draws like cartoon teeth, they'll do like all canines, like it's a shark mouth. But it's like, this is like a set of human-ish teeth. Yeah, there's incisors and there's canines. And presumably if you went back into the car's cheek, there are probably molars. Are cars omnivorous?
I don't know.
What does a car eat in nature?
Maybe a more ferocious version of a horse.
The car eats the horse.
What?
It eats horses, it eats lettuce. It's truly an omnivorous car. Unlike real cars where if you put diesel in them, they explode. You know, I'm looking at this also. It's like they actually bothered putting the Dodge Viper logo on this Dodge Viper. Weirdly enough.
Accuracy.
There's probably some guy out there that's replaced the grill. Or it actually have to be like the whole front bumper to make it big enough to look like this stupid car.
Yes.
I mean, the Dodge Viper is the car of the 90s. Actually, can't tell if those are the accurate factory wheels of the Viper. I don't think they are.
Men with their cars.
Men. Cars. Men. Top Gear overdrive.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! 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 No!
I had to remind you. I'm glad you forgot. Dog of Bay.
It's basically cats filled with dogs.
It's cats. If you go look up actual photos of this game, boy is it horrifying. Look at this guy. He's pogging out. Look at him. He's so astonished at all these dog thoughties. Is it disrespectful to call a female anthro dog a bitch? Or is that just technical?
I don't know.
Don't call him a hoe though. That's still disrespectful. I almost said unrespectful because English. We're dying. I just think like concept alone is enough to get this on here. Like we don't even need to talk. Look, what is this? Is this a bear? Is that Smokey the Bear? He's got the hat.
Only the dog can protect wildfires.
Only dogs can prevent forest fires by pissing on them.
What? Iggy!
Iggy would actually be a really good firefighter because he has sand.
Fair enough.
And then you have shirtless Dogman over here.
Yes.
You know, I kind of want someone to just go full curse with this furry shit and just actually put all the extra nipples and all the extra breasts there. Because someone's gonna be like, yeah, and everyone else is gonna be like, that's too much, bro. See the
Bonk, go to horny jail.
Shirtless dog man with like 8 nipples. I'm wounding myself.
You're wounding me too.
Oh god. I wish we could zoom this in without skipping the slides. It's like, why is she just at like a normal human face with a dog nose? I hate it.
It's cursed.
Fuck you, Japan.
Yes. You despise this kind.
I hate this cover, and I hate that they kept this style of cover. We're just gonna put Spider-Man on the lamest gradient of all time. And that's your cover.
And you even made it the Game of the Year version just to emphasize it.
Yeah, because we need to push Batman Arkham City Game of the Year, which is worse than that, but it's like, oh, God. Dreadful. And then they kept it going.
Even now.
We're 3 deep and we still have this terrible gradient. I had to talk about it because it's relevant. If we would have recorded this like 2 weeks ago when we were planning, it'd be better. Because the game would not be out. Or out. Not like anyone watches it. I mean, at least it's like a good action pose. It's not like Spider-Man just being like, hey. He's at least like swinging. And then the other ones, they're also swinging, but...
Also,
so just put a city. Just like, keep that exact render of Spider-Man, and then just put like a JPEG of New York behind it. Like, just have Central Park right there.
Yeah.
Salted. I hate it. I hate it. It's one of the best games ever made, and I love it. But man, this cover, dreadful.
Like not Spider-Man, Street Fighter 6.
Yes, Street Fighter 6's cover is also bad. But at least Luke takes up the entire thing, and it's just like a darkish background. Like, Spider-Man here is like less than half of the box. And it's especially glaring because you have this giant negative space in his armpit. but like, had something else, man. That's a bummer. I wasn't prepared to see Jax's horrible face.
And I wanted to say something.
Okay, talk about Spider-Man while I try to recover.
We had that box art since box art for your consideration 2. That's a long time.
Yeah, I figure since we're near Spoderman time, it's time to talk about Spoderman. Because I think we put it up there when they first revealed it, and I'm like, just pick a different style. Oh my god, I hate you. Spider-Man, I hate your box art like Jonah hates you. This box art caused my high blood pressure! Speaking of high blood pressure, Mortal Kombat.
Fatality.
Wrong, Jarek. This isn't brutality. This is a fatality.
What was that from?
That was from Mortal Kombat 4. That's Jax's ending when he throws Jarek off the cliff, and then Jarek goes, "I'm okay!" And you're like, Mortal Kombat gibberish? What the hell? Are you familiar with Mortal Kombat Special Forces?
No.
At all? Okay. So there's like a specific genre of things that I love, and that is when other genres go into other genres. Are you familiar with Mortal Kombat Mythology's Sub-Zero?
No.
So they tried to make Mortal Kombat into a side-scrolling platformer beat-em-up, but it still plays like Mortal Kombat, so it plays poorly. So then they were like, let's try it in 3D, because this was like 2000. Oh yeah, it did come out 2000. And they made another bad beat-em-up. This time starring Jax. And you're like, I know nothing about Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. Like, we don't even play
It's okay.
Mortal Kombat.
Third time was the charm because Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks actually turned out good. But it's like, I wish there were more Mortal Kombat games getting turned into beat-em-ups. Why are you petting my hair?
Your hair was, some of your hair was poking up.
Spider-Man ruined my hair! And Jax's giant glowing lightning fist. It's just... We need to stop putting guy with dumb face as a genre of box art, because there's not a lot to talk about. Aside from his head looks very dinky compared to his giant metal arms.
Doink.
I forget why this is...
Yeah, me too.
I think if we were looking at that and we were like, hold on, are these... Oh, I know why we did. So this is Quiz King of Fighters. Look at these characters. We got Mai and Terry and Ryo and Robert and Nakaruru and Haomaru. None of them are King of Fighters characters. Whoops. I mean, now all of them are, but at the time, like, I know Nakaruru and Haomaru weren't in any King of Fighters games. I mean, the rest of them were because they're in all of them, but that's because SNK was like, nah, let's just roll together all of our franchises we don't care about anymore into one mega franchise, which is actually a good decision.
Yeah.
Because now the world can be reminded of Mai until she gets banned from Smash Bros.
Yeah, you know what they say, Smash Bros is only for boys and girls. What the fuck, Sakurai? What were you thinking?
I think it's clear that Sakurai is like a legs and butt man and not a boobs man. Because you look at the Smash Bros roster, there's no tiggle bitties, but there's a lot of long legs.
And Bayonetta.
They're the longest of legs.
Yeah.
Well, also, like, I want to know what the lore is for this mysterious armored god king.
He's the quiz master.
The quiz master? Is that... What is a battle quiz game?
You fight and then you get quizzed every attack. It's kind of like Foggy.
Is this like chess boxing?
I know about chess boxing. I'm guessing it's gonna be more like the game Prodigy, where it's like an RPG but with math.
So it's an RPG then.
No, like you solve math problems before you attack. Like you select your attack, then you have to do a math problem. If you get it right, then bam, you attack.
No, I'm thinking of like some game where it's a fighting game, but then every 5 seconds, Alex Trebek's ghost head appears and he asks you Jeopardy questions.
That would be hilarious.
Alex Trebek shows up to ask you about your character's frame data. He's here to remind you what's plus on block. It's like, here's Quiz King of Fighters. Are we gonna put Kyo or Iori on here? No. We'll put this God King. How did we discover this?
I think we were on Steam.
We're just going through pictures of random ROM covers. We're like, here's this all-women wrestling game. And then I guess they just... That is kind of a weird premise. Let's put this all-women wrestling video game out. But I know, like, women's wrestling is much higher regarded in Japan, whereas it was, like, a joke in America until, like, 5 years ago or whatever. Also, I think it's kind of funny that they put, like, all the feminine women on top and all the less feminine women down below.
Just to show.
It's like, first glance, you're like, is that a dude? And you're like, Queen of Queens. Oh, no.
Oh, no, they're all
She's just ready to kick your ass. And she's very surprised that she's down here.
She also looks like... guilty.
She does look guilty. This one also looks guilty.
Yeah.
Why do we keep finding box arts where someone looks super guilty? Or is it just that, like, your sense, when you see someone, you're like, they're guilty?
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of have that, too. Like the big boy mascot.
The guilt sense.
The guilt sense. You don't even like Ace Attorney.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then you end up getting, like, the speedrun world record on LA Noire because you're just, like, guilty.
What?
I've seen it. Just immediately.
What? This implies that I play LA Noire. I do not.
You take one look at Light Yagami and you're like, he's Kira. Solved it.
Well, everyone knows that he's Kira.
Not Soichiro.
Sure enough.
Alright, you wanna go to the next one? 'Cause I feel like we don't have much more to say.
Yeah, that's fair.
Aside from, this is kind of a great name of the all-female wrestling game called Queen of Queens. That's kind of rad. I love that we didn't review this after setting this up a long time ago.
Yeah.
No one expects baby skeleton who's smoking? What are they holding? What is this?
A ballpoint pen?
I thought it was one of those long cigarette holders.
Like, I remember when I was talking with you about it, I was like, is this Ahmed's grandma or something?
This is what I picture Ahmed's grandma wearing.
Well, minus the hijab, but whatever.
Okay, the mental image of a skeleton wearing a hijab is amazing. I love skeletons.
Skeleton rebellion!
You can just put a skeleton on screen and they'll go, hey, skeleton. Skeleton riot, skeleton rebellion.
Skeleton!
Skeleton! You're uninvited, He-Man! I'm also, like, getting kind of weirded out at this perspective. Like, I know it's like a fisheye kind of deal, Because everything's bending up into the skeleton's face. I think that is also, like, what's, like, making me giggle so hard, is all the lines of action are flowing directly into the skeleton's face. Also, I realized the skeleton has hair.
Oh fuck, I thought that was fire.
No, it's a ginger skeleton. The most powerful because its body was never inhibited by a soul.
Okay, where did the gingers not having souls thing come from?
I don't know. It's very old. Should we go on?
Yes.
So I'm just like, skeleton. Hey, Sophie.
Gun.
Gun. So you discovered some interesting lore about this. Go on.
You see the gun? That gun, like, in a color version, became the basis for the hand holding a gun meme.
The, like, stock footage version of it.
Yeah.
I usually associate it with Gru saying, "Oh, you like Thing? Then say everything about Thing."
Yeah. Yeah, like I found this about due to a Nick Robinson video.
The lore behind the stock footage gun.
Yes. Yeah, that seems like something he would do. Well, he did make a video about this.
Does it seem like this is like a weirdly realistic hand relative to this face here? 'Cause I would believe that that's a picture of a hand that was just kind of low res, and then they threw like a
Black and white full
print grain filter over it. Who knows?
And also, when I showed you the image, you thought that it was True Crime Streets of New York, not LA.
They have similar box arts, and I played New York, and I have not played LA. I really don't have a desire to, but... So I was like, oh, right, True Crime. Easily the probably third or fourth best GTA clone.
Okay.
And you're like, whatever, I don't know what that means. It's okay, GTA is not good either.
Some fuckers want this remade.
Then they're right to do so. See, and then people are like, well, why don't we remake Dog's Life? And I'm like, Goat Simulator and Untitled Goose Game are both already Dog's Life. Plus, there was another game that wasn't Dog's Life that's very similar to it, and I forget what it's called. I keep forgetting what it's called.
Is that a good thing?
Maybe. Oh, and of course, Life of Black Tiger. Remember Life of Black Tiger?
No.
No? Then I guess that marketing didn't work. This seems... This is lower rent than DreamWorks.
Yes.
Like... So I want to say this is like a DreamWorks movie. Like Shark Tale. But I'm like, I feel like I need to put more respect on Shark Tale.
It has a shark mafia, after all.
Have you actually watched Shark Tale?
Yeah.
Okay. Also, what's going on with the dog catcher's head here?
He looks like a surprise Gronk.
His weird pecs just don't look right. Well, it's weird. He's the dog catcher. Why is he wearing a lab coat?
I don't fucking know.
Is he gonna experiment on that dog?
Okay, the dog was guilty, so that's understandable.
Well, he's a dog. All dogs are guilty.
True story. I got ran over by one of my relatives' dogs. Stop laughing.
I think everyone's gotten run over by a dog at least once.
What?
I mean, depends on how big the dog is. Look, If you don't train a Labrador Retriever, it's the worst dog in the world. If you train it, it's the best dog in the world. Okay. Also, I kind of feel like this wall of dogs should be moved up more. Because there's also a lot of weird negative space here.
Yeah.
I think it could use like a real background, like throw a house here. Well, like there's like a horizon line on this void. It's like, I feel like there should be like a yard down here, a house up here, and these pulled down. This could be salvaged into an okay box art, I think.
Yeah.
And then you play the game and you're like, oh no. You
motherfucker.
Oh, no, you. Okay. I've got some lore here. And I know this is like a shared universal lore because other people have mentioned it. Almost every time for like a 20-year period, I would walk into a used game store. This thing would exist. Did we talk about this in the last one?
We talked about it in like one of them. Where we jokingly went to go buy a copy of it.
Oh, right. The last one, we were like, we went to go buy a copy because I figured it would just exist, and it turned out it didn't. But it's like, did they print like 5 million copies of this and then sell none of them? Also, I've generally heard that the game is bad, so maybe?
And yet somehow this game got a sequel.
Because it sold like 5 million copies. What's going on with this man's head? He has no neck.
No, he has a neck.
That's a double chin.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, this is the guy I want to play as.
Gangsta man.
The 2000s were a time. They were a mistake, but they were a time, I guess. Not a good time to grow up. I wouldn't recommend it. Don't time travel to 2002 to 2006. Not a good child. A lot of crap like State of Emergency around.
Bonk.
Chuck Rock 2, Son of Chuck. There's a lot here. Because it's like, you look at this awful baby, which also, don't make your player character a baby.
No one likes that.
No one wants that. And his diaper is held together by this, like, chicken bone over here. Because clothespins didn't exist in caveman times.
Oh, la-ti-da.
But apparently we can't just put him in a normal loincloth. He has to actually look like a modern baby or something.
Because fuck you.
It's Chuck Rock 2, Son of Chuck. Also, he's like, did he jump over this pond to bonk this tiger, and this kraken is like grabbing him later?
Also, that dinosaur looks evil.
Well, dinosaurs are all evil. So he is doing his job. This is what he should look like. But it's like, he had to have jumped over the pond because there's no place for him to stand. And I can't tell if he's jumping forward and swinging it down, or if he jumped backwards and swinging it down. And he doesn't know that the kraken is trying to grab him. What a horrible looking child, too.
Yes.
But I guess he looks better than his dad. Have you seen Chuck Rock?
No.
Chuck Rock looks like a human Patrick Star. It's not great.
At least he looks better than those medieval babies. Like...
Oh, the ones where their face is like a quarter of their head?
Yeah, and such.
Look, it took a long time for people to learn how to draw. So they would draw like me, where they draw a circle and then they draw a face, and that's not what you're supposed to do. At least here, like, it's clear they drew the eyebrow as like a distinct thing. Although I don't know what's going on with that chin. And why I see this, like, style of thing. Jaws don't exist in some art styles. Unless they're dinosaurs, apparently. Look at that.
Yeah.
This jaw looks like an arm. You see it?
Yeah,
or
I
like
can
a
kind
little
of
tiny hand.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from with that.
I mean, jaws are the arms of T-Rexes.
Because their arms are so tiny.
I'm so stumpy. I'm so upset. Next. Did we figure out what this was? Or did we just make something up?
I think this is like a Dong Dong clone or something.
We just assumed it was a Dong Dong clone. And I think we looked it up and it's like, it's a beat 'em up, but it's still very similar to Dong Dong. And it's weird that we can say Dong Dong clone, but it's 2009. So the world might have known about the wonders that is Dong Dong Never Die, the greatest video game ever made. I love that every time I mention Dong Dong to you, you just fall apart.
Yes.
And I send you that video of competitive Dong Dong with the Limp Bizkit song played over of it, and they just keep rolling. Because apparently the meta of Dong Dong is rolling is so strong that you'll just iframe through everything.
Oh, so Mario plays like Akuma, I think?
Yeah, Mario plays like Akuma. There's that girl with the dress that summons Optimus Prime. Because I think we looked at this for like 2 seconds and we didn't even find like a video of it. And we were like, what the? Whoa. See, we should be saying Mortal Kombat clone, but I think it's 2000s Asianness of it pushes it from Mortal Kombat clone to Dong Dong clone.
Yes.
I love that we're just saying Dong Dong clone as if that's something that means anything.
Yeah.
Like brief karate foolish.
What?
Oh, we should put the thumbnail for that on there, because that... It's a Dong Dong clone, but everyone's just in underwear.
Why?
Exactly. Also, Super Cop with shoulder pads. I like that look. It's a good look. Go the Police 24. Behold, the 90s.
Do you remember the 90s?
No, you don't do remember the 90s because that's not society as a whole would quite like you remember the 80s. And also, like, remember the 50s because there's this Harryhausen Cyclops.
Gigantor!
What? Why Gigantor?
I don't know, I just felt like saying Gigantor.
I've been throwing the Gigantor intro at her and she's like, why?
No, I've been liking it.
I want you to actually watch it. It's Power Factory featuring the CNC Music Factory. So, is everybody dancing now? Is that the woman from the music video?
Possibly.
I thought she had darker skin. I don't know. Also, I just realized, apparently the picture we found has like a tear in it.
Ew.
It's because he's been mashing his Genesis controller so hard. I wonder if there's other regions of this game, and if they changed Genesis to Mega Drive.
Possibly.
I doubt it. I can't imagine this sold very well. Because if I remember right, this was just like a music video editor.
Yeah.
With the Cyclops for some reason.
Gigantor! One of the classic shitty ones.
It is one of the classic bad box arts. Featuring that guy that screams Garugamash.
Garugamash?
Garugamash! He really looks like that guy, but it also looks like he just got punched in the face.
And about to get isekai'd.
Yeah, get run over from the back in this complete nonsense perspective. Just everything about this is wrong. Even like his hair. It's not... He didn't actually dye his hair. This is a post-processing hair, because look at it. Because the shading is like super wrong.
Ah.
So, also, even on his eyes, it's overdone. So it's like, what was the context?
It looks like he's
picture?
sleep deprived.
Yeah, he's probably sleep deprived and angry. He's probably one of the developers, honestly. I'm just picturing like he's like half falling asleep, and then a car hits him, and he yells Garugamesh.
Garugamesh.
Carnage Racing. I feel like when you're doing this type of nonsense, you're trying too hard to 90s up your spelling.
Even though this game came out in
the 2000s, but like, it's like we replaced the C with a K, we replaced the AGE with an extra A and a J. How much carnage do you think is in this rally?
Yes.
Also, I get annoyed at games that have rally in the title that are racing games and not rally games. I don't know why that annoys me. Because like every rally video game is actually a rally cross video game. Well, that's because rally cross is the greatest of motorsports. Okay. I don't remember if I explained to you.
You have not.
Okay, I've been teasing her for a long time about find the one flaw with this box art. This box art's great. I love it. It's Ghibli, super world, very colorful. Line of action directs back to the girl and up to the title. So colorful. Do you know what bothers me about this?
What?
Look at that bird.
What about the bird?
You look very closely at that bird. Where am I pointing?
The ass?
They drew a butthole on this bird. Why did they draw a butthole on this bird instead of just flipping the bird around?
To
bird.
To signify that it's a girl. I think.
Don't birds have a cloaca?
I'm confused now with chicken.
I'm not an ornithologist. I've been Also, wait a minute. Does that bird have an antenna? Is that a robot bird? So extra reason, why does this bird have a butthole?
Yeah.
And I know someone might jump at me and be like, why would it be a robot bird? Because it's a robot girl. That's the plot of this game. This game is Pac-Man 2, but Pinocchio. Also, Pac-Man 2, but Pinocchio 2. Because there is, in fact, a Wonder Project J1.
Yeah, I figured that.
Yes. I don't know. Wonder Project J2 is like such a level of Japanese nonsense, you wouldn't be surprised if there wasn't a J1. So
yeah.
Well, yeah, she's Wonder Project J2. Duh. Why would there be a Wonder Project J1? But no, it's Pinocchio, where you train your child to not be a menace, and then they die.
So pretty much
like Pac-Man.
No, more like Princess Maker.
No, it is like very implicitly Pac-Man 2. I've watched this game be played.
Yeah, I know, because that one YouTuber. That's
oh yeah, no, Fab's N64 challenge, where he just posts a short. He hasn't got to the actual review of the game yet, where the girl walks up to a guard and then she starts talking to him, and the guard gets pissed off, and then she runs off screen, and then he runs after her, and then you just hear gunshots and her screaming, and you're like, what is this video game?
Should Square Enix bring this series back?
Yes. We're gonna say yes. Put her into Dissidia. I kind of want Square Enix to just say, you know what? For her next crossover, F it, everything. That'd be great, instead of it just being Final Fantasy and then maybe slip like one other thing in there. Like the robot from Xenogears being in World of Final Fantasy.
Why?
Oh, you don't know about that? That's a thing.
Why?
Why not?
Fair enough.
They also put Sora in World of Final Fantasy, so I think that they can actually use Sora whenever they want, they just don't choose to. So they don't need Disney's okay on that.
Well, since they're partly own Sora, so...
It's like, why is he here specifically? That Pokemon game no one played.
He just is.
What's next? Yes! If I made a video game, it would be like this. Look at how much crazy shit is going on.
Freaks! Freaks! Freaks!
It's like, we got Elf Girl, we got Bart, we've got a Wolfman, we've got a vampire. Oh, and there's a rhino wearing armor. And there's a mermaid. And it's called Revengers of Vengeance. I want a poster of this. This is so stupid. I love it. Okay, so how many fonts are there? 1, 2, 3. Do we want to count that as a fourth?
Sure.
4, 5, 6. You know, I'll say this is the same as that. So 6 different fonts here. I actually want to know what kind of game this is. I assume it's a fighting game, but it might be a beat 'em up.
Yeah, it's fine.
All I know is I saw Revengers of Vengeance and just started laughing because that is such a stupid name. Would you read a comic book series of this?
Maybe.
This does look like a comic book cover. I think that's all. Oh, I love that cover so much. Oh, no! Unfortunately, we couldn't find a higher resolution version of the Japanese version. The American version is much lamer. It's like, it's backyard wrestling. What should we put here? Barbed wire and blood. And then the characters. For the kiddos at home that don't know what backyard wrestling's roster consists of, it consists of ICP, porn stars, and other rappers. Man, I think I'm spent from Revengers of Vengeance. Yeah, I really wish we could have got a better version of this. It's like, this is so ridiculous, and we can't see like half of it. And that bums me. Ow. You got anything here?
For some reason, when we were going on into Google to find this box art, there was for some reason some of it that was on.
Oh yeah, safe search. This propped safe search because they knew. They're like, oh, there's a lot of blood and porn here. We can't have that. Once again, the 2000s. They were a mistake. I love the PlayStation 2. The other weird thing is apparently this game's decent.
Oh.
So it's not just a weird meme joke game. It's like, this is actually like a somewhat okay wrestling fighting game. So, but boy, that cover. You got anything for this?
He's creating the universe by opening up his coat. Not coat, I mean.
It looks like he's open. Oh wait, no, he is opening up his shirt. Because I was like, at first I thought he was ripping his chest open, and it wasn't until now that I see that there's like some folds here.
Guess probably because of the shitty quality.
Yeah, we couldn't find a better quality version of it. This is just what I imagine all 70s prog rock covers look like. And I am mostly right on that. Oh, I think this isn't actually like a prog rock album. It's like a weird folk thing.
Yeah, probably.
But it was the late 70s, so Star Wars. The disco folk revolution. It's probably a disco song on this album. Why is it when the 70s isn't entirely beige and brown, it is like super cracked out? I mean, I know the answer for crack is because of all the cocaine, but like, because it's like there's no middle ground on art from the 70s. It's either like really colorful and interesting, or it's like the worst looking thing in the universe. Because even him, he is very brown, but then he is covered in purple and blue as he floats above the earth, shooting another universe out of himself.
He is the musical evolution.
I am the cosmic cowboy. And then he opens up his chest and just a horse comes flying out. And that horse is the universe, man. Don't you get it, man? It's like a symbol for...
Were you on cocaine there?
No.
What were you doing then?
I don't know. The brain damage.